guest. Let's do it. He is a multi-talented actor, musician, writer, director, and he was personally found by George Lucas to be taking part in Star Wars, and a massive part in the prequels of Star Wars. Yes, let's take a look at these screens one more time.
They're done, good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ahmed! Don't touch the desk. Don't touch the desk. Come on. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
This is your first Star Wars weekend.
It is.
Day one. We got him.
Weekend breaking.
Yes, you have not been here, and you don't do a lot of conventions or anything necessarily.
I don't. I find it very difficult to keep my attention. I have ADD.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm constantly doing that all the time. So it's very difficult for me to focus on so many people unless it's on stage and I can just look at you all as one group of massive, beautiful people.
And they are one group of beautiful people, and you have been out there with the beautiful people signing autographs. And just before this, how was that?
It's great. I get to touch and smell everybody.
I like that part.
Wonderful.
Yeah, but it's Disney. You got to take it easy there. Okay?
Yeah, I touch them appropriately.
Okay, and the show is
Right?
awkward turtle. I'm sorry. It's the executive. Yeah, it's a great Jinx. I love it. I'm at best.
Thank you all. Thank you again.
Your last time on Star Wars Weekend.
You asked for it. Here I am.
Did. Yeah, okay. Sorry. See, I got a little soundboard there.
Oh, right.
So if it's dying, then I just get a little... That's enough.
I need that in my car.
So, hey, we do a little feature here on the Stars of the Soccer Talk Show that is really cool because all of us know scenes really well because we see them from our angle.
Right.
But we like to give it another angle, and it's what we call a double take.
It's a Star Wars Weekend's double take. What does space mean?
Okay, so here's how it works. We're going to take a look at a scene.
Yeah.
And again, this is a scene we've all seen tons of times, and we know it from our perspective, but I want you to give us maybe some juicy stuff, maybe something that we don't know, or just, explain to us what it was like shooting that day. Okay. So, you don't know what the scene is yet. I kind of like that. We're going to surprise you with it. But everybody take a look at the screens, and let's see the screen.
Excuse me, but the most safest place would be Gonga City. It's where I grew up. Tis a hidden city.
City.
Uh-huh.
Can you take us there?
On second thought? No, not really, no. It's embarrassing. But, my friend might have been banished. Might have forgotten. The brothers would do terrible things to me. Terrible things to me if me going back there.
You hear that?
Yeah?
That is the sound of 1,000 terrible things heading this way.
If they find us, they will crush us, grind us into tiny pieces, and blast us into oblivion.
Lucy Point is, what is it? This way. Hurry!
Awesome.
That was a fun day.
Was it one day, or was it many days?
That one scene was one day.
And were you actually out in the wilderness? Or
We were about 20, 30 miles north of London at this
Oh,
place
really? Okay.
called Leavesden. And we were outside in that forest for a couple of days, but that one scene took place. We did that one scene for one day. And this scene is where I first meet Liam, Qui-Gon Jinn, and the scenes. The thing about George Lucas and him as a director, he's a very generous director. Like he's very.
He lets you play and go.
Yeah, he lets you play as an actor. So
Okay.
you know, he would give you the scene is kind of written out, but it's all a bit of an outline. So you know, Jar Jar was very physical, and
Yeah.
you know, a lot of Jar Binks comes from Buster Keaton.
Uh-huh.
And George and I would watch a lot of Buster Keaton movies.
Buster Keaton was, of course, a silent film star that was just amazing with his animation.
Yeah, he was incredible.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the final battle scene in The Phantom Menace is pretty much a Buster Keaton movie.
Yeah.
It's almost.
All that
shot for shot.
movement, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times, like a lot of the things that I did, I would kind of do my own version of like Buster Keaton movements. And the first time we meet, where you know, I run into Liam, which I had to jump on Liam.
You did, and had you met him earlier?
Yeah, I did, and we hadn't had very much conversation.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah,
Looks like he jumped on you there.
and he falls on me.
Yeah.
But I had to jump on Liam, and I don't know. Liam is a very strapping Irish
Big fella.
individual.
You're a big guy too, though.
And yeah, I'm not small.
No.
And so I was like, okay, am I gonna really jump on this dude? Or, like George, you want me to jump on this guy?
And George was sure.
And Liam was like, you know, and Liam is very serious, you know, and it's just do it. So I jumped on him, and I don't.
And did you have the headpiece on?
I had the headpiece on. So, and especially you can see in that scene where everybody's like, you can, in everybody's face, if you watch it again on the DVD, everybody's face looks like this. Don't look at his eyes. Look at the head.
Yeah. Because his eyes are even taller
My
than
eyes
his
were
head.
here, and I had like a visor on so nobody would look at me.
There we go, yeah.
And so Jar Jar's eyes are up there. But everybody would look at me in my eyes. So it looks like, when it's animated, it looks like everybody's talking to Jar Jar's neck, which doesn't make for an interesting movie.
Unless they put his eyeballs and mouth down there, it would have been a whole other thing.
So this was obviously while we were not doing the take because Jake is looking at me.
Yeah.
But everybody's face is like, I can't look at him. I have to look at the eyes.
And you know, we have some behind the scenes stuff actually. We have a clip there that we can watch. Let's take a look at that and maybe give people another perspective of it.
My name is Ahmed. I play Jar Jar.
Exactly, God. He's got a great walk and everything, and when he translated into Jar Jar, it was great.
Just sort of loose arms and kind of don't have much in them.
Yeah, let's try to take care of this one.
He would play the scene with the actors. So I blocked it out and I directed the actors and Ahmed the way I wanted the scene to be played. I hired Ahmed because he is very physical and he can act with his body.
We're pursuing the idea of doing a Jar Jar body on the set and having a visual.
Okay?
We shot Ahmed doing a little action here so we could test how well the head replacement thing would work.
Alright, you're suited up.
Right? Okay, everyone, let's start with reform.
Even your characters just sort of stand in the background. You do these great things where you're moving and your hands are like that. We can capture that. Then we don't have to animate them. We can just take those and stick those in the scenes.
So should I start this as my walking?
Yeah. Mostly it's a full realization of what you got connected to. First it's kind of annoying, like you step in wrong, and then you realize what it is, and then you try to get away from it.
Right.
You try to run over here, and the cannon itself is not moving very far. And action!
That is awesome.
That was a fun day.
Yeah?
The whole battle scene, because I was hanging from stuff. Everything that you saw Jar Jar did in the battle scene, I did.
Well, that's what I was going to say is you were really, I mean, this was the cutting edge of mocap. We're all so used to seeing mocap now, aren't we? You know, with Lord of the Rings, Andy Serkis, all this. But this was way before that you're doing that.
Yeah, this was about 4 or 5 years before Andy did it. And they just capitalized on all the mistakes that we made, you know, because they were writing the motion capture software as I was doing it. So they were writing everything based on me, and that software is like still used.
Yeah.
So I pretty much helped.
You helped create and build
Everyone
that
who's
song.
done what I'm doing right now, there's a bit of me inside.
They all have to thank Ahmed for that. That's awesome. That is pretty great.
All of them.
Hey, now also something that helped was you were in Stomp.
I was. Yeah.
Everybody knows Stomp? Come on. What, we get sleepy here? You know Stomp? Like, okay, so like if we had, oh Jesus, I got like some drumsticks. Is there anything there?
That's easy. Drumsticks are easy.
Trash cans? Is that lids? No?
Let's do that.
Oh, match. Okay, yeah, what could you do with that?
So matches. Stomp is a percussion performance piece. There we are. That's found object stuff, yeah? So we would look for any kind of thing that you would find on cups, matchboxes, trash can lids.
So could you teach me to do something?
Yeah.
You don't know about any rhythm.
So matches are easy because matches kind of sound like maracas.
Yeah.
You know, like in Mexico. So if you just go like that, shake them back and forth.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, keep doing that. Do the just like that.
Strong way. Wow, you're doing all the work.
So now you're a musician.
Musician, voice actor, host,
James on the tenor. Put it on the special features on your resume.
And
You must unlearn what you have learned.
That's right. Wow, that is awesome. Hey, real quick, because this is fun. We met years ago at the Annie Awards, and it is an award ceremony for voice actors and for animation. And there we are. We won. You won that night. You won an award.
I did.
For Robot Chicken.
I did.
Let's take a look.
Sally Johnson is a real person, not an actor. So to tell her story, we hired the star of Phantom Menace.
I was driving down my street when a truck hit me head on.
Orson knows there's a trigger coming! He's gonna die!
Yes, I was fine, but the car was totaled.
Ferrari Bertoni, it's a mess! Got the engine over here, but the wheel for steering wheel over there!
My agent at Gecko Insurance sent me a check right away. I think I was explaining it better than he was.
Gecko. Real help. Real money.
Broke me from that spine! Did you say cut?